Fuck, did he really do it? But the knife was contaminated. They didn't let the lawyers know. Fuck, but he pled guilty. What if he did it just to avoid the lethal shot? Was he that lethal? Are we allowing lethal killings legally? Fuck, what am I saying? I'm an idiot. Yes, that's right. The light's so bright. Fuck, where did this all start? Socrates. Yes, we wanted to make an example, but what example are we setting? Fuck, it's for the family. The family needs it. Yes, the family wants to murder some. Fuck, no, that can't be right. Fuck, that's bright. Did they punish those at the Capitol? Losing my mind. Fuck, everyone wanted to keep him alive. So did the laptop grow legs then? Fuck, it did. It was a setup. Did we set an example? Perhaps. Did we get retribution? Perhaps. Beyond a reasonable doubt? Perhaps. Fuck, it's too bright. Murderer. It's an uncertain life. Murderer. Having uncertain thoughts. Murderer. I can't think. Murderer. They're coming for my neck. Murderer. 43 times. Murderer. Time slowing down. Murderer. It's about to happen. Murderer. Have faith in the system. Okay. 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 Repeat it again. Good. You're still paying attention.
Whew, sorry guys, I thought I lost you guys there for a second. Yeah. Wouldn't want you dying on me for no fucking reason, am I right? No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Bad joke. When I was a kid, my dad would take us on these car rides. And in these car rides, we would talk about moral and philosophical approaches to life and a way of thinking almost that he would teach us. And even in my adolescence, when confusion and rebellion started to kick in, I still believe these things that we talked about to be true, even to this day. And the reason for that is because he would always talk about a way of thinking and the essence of human existence. And one thing we would always talk about was death, even at such a young age. And he would talk about how we needed to make sure that in our lifetime, we welcome death rather than fearing it. And a lot of the fear from death comes from the uncertainty of what happens after. And I mean, that's almost like the essence of fear itself too, is uncertainty. And he would tell us that we need to welcome death rather than fearing it. This whole situation that's been in the news with Marcellus Williams' sentenced to death, and if he was wrongfully punished or not, has really caught my attention and provoked those thoughts and those discussions that we used to have in the car as a kid with my dad. Now, to me, capital punishment is morally wrong. I can understand the frustration and sympathize with that frustration and rage that families have with the perpetrator. But I just feel like committing a wrong and then justifying that wrong because someone did something so heinous and atrocious just seems illogical. It almost feels like we're doubling down on evil. And it just seems illogical. I know that this specific case is also very nuanced, but even in cases where there is certainty as to this person has committed a crime, and heck, even that person admits to committing the crime, even in those situations, I don't find it justifiable for us to inflict capital punishment because it almost seems like we're playing God. Look, we don't control when we are born or when we die as humans. And that's the beauty of human existence. Just like other animals, we don't know when we are born and when we will die, but we're aware of our mortality. We're consciously aware that it will happen. And that's the beauty of our existence. So stripping someone of that uncertainty, as crazy as it may sound, is almost a reductive and reactionary mindset, knowing our mortality, our physical mortality. Now, that doesn't mean that people who commit these atrocious crimes shouldn't be punished. And in our modern day society, we have ways of punishing them, such as prisons or corrections offices. And some may argue that, okay, well, the reason why we inflict the death penalty or capital punishment is because it's retribution. It's retribution for the victim's family, for the heinous act that has been committed to their loved one. And in my opinion, that isn't necessarily a good way to think about it, because it's not solving the root cause of the issue that the family is facing at the moment now. Deep down, the family is mourning and is coping with the loss of a loved one. Giving them maybe, let's say, like an instant gratification that they're going to get from the death penalty is not going to solve that deep and underlying issue of them having to cope with the loss of a loved one. And look, it's a tricky problem. I'm not going to sit here and act like it isn't, but we are, in a sense, voluntarily killing someone as a form of punishment. And on top of that, we are also relying on the fact that our justice system is robust enough to correctly assess if someone is guilty or not. And that's what a lot of the modern day discussion is centered around, is the fact that is our justice system actually robust enough to find people who are guilty and find people who are not guilty. Now, do I think killing others is wrong? Yes. Do I think people will probably continue to do it? Yes. Do I think our justice system has its flaws? Yes. So, will they continue to get away with it? Yes. Now, did my dumbass just try to use rhetorical questions to double entendre murder and the death penalty to show that they're one and the same in order to kill this video?